guys, welcome back. So we are now officially on our second/third TTC cycle. I say second/third TTC cycle because I actually skipped my period in the month of February, and at this point I don't know if I didn't ovulate at all for that month, that's why I didn't get my period, or if my January cycle was quite long, around 40 to 42 days, that's why I got my period only early March. But yeah, so finally we got our period in early March, TMI by the way. And yes, so we're trying again this month, and what's good this month is that I officially met my OBGYN for the first time, and I actually had an appointment with him yesterday. I didn't know what to expect at all, but I had a really good experience. And what prompted me to get an OB, or to find an OB this time, is because my family doctor also gave me a requisition to have my first ever pap test, because I never had it. And here in Canada, they kind of encourage as early as 21, or as soon as you get sexually active at that point. So I never had it, so I didn't know what to expect, but it was okay. It was quick, thank God. It wasn't painful at all. It wasn't great either, like I could feel the pressure, and I bled a little bit as well, which made me quite scared actually. I don't know how to say this, but this week is kind of my ovulation period, I should say. I'm not really sure at this point also, because I got a positive OPK, like really dark, last Friday, which was the 22nd, and then I kept testing and it's still positive for some reason, and I got an even darker one last Thursday, which was the 28th of March. So I'm not really sure at this point, so I considered this as my ovulation week, and we're really trying so hard, of course, because we really want that baby. But I got kind of scared because I'm like, oh my god, I had a pap test, and then the doctor was manipulating the ovaries and as well as the uterus. So I'm like, what if there was something and then it kind of gets messed up because of what's going on inside there. Plus I was bleeding yesterday, so I got kind of scared, but I read online, I know you should not Google all the time, but of course I couldn't help myself, so I Googled it, and people said that it's actually okay to get a pap even if you're at the early stages of pregnancy. So my OB told me that while doing the pap test, he's also gonna do check my ovaries, or like palpate, I guess, my ovaries and uterus at the same time. So he told me that I have this condition called, what is it? Oh, it's called Retroverted Uterus. So basically, most women, the uterus would be tilting towards the front, but mine is the exact opposite. So mine is tilted towards the back. So he said it occurs at around 30% of women, and so my initial reaction was like, will I ever get pregnant? And he said, of course, yes, there's still chances of getting pregnant. And he told me that if we were back in the 70s or 80s, the doctors would tell you that no, you can't get pregnant, I'm sorry, no. But he said that we're at modern times now, and data actually shows that women, even with retroverted uteruses, can still get pregnant, like in a normal way, or like trying on their own. So I'm kind of relieved by that, but at the same time, there's some risks, and there's some like special notes to remember. So first, he said that if ever I get pregnant, so what's gonna happen is that in the first few months, around 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 months, most women would have like a small bump growing, and that becomes visible basically. But women like me, our bump would actually grow inwards because of the way our uteruses are tilting towards. So because it's tilting towards the back, so the growth would be towards the back as well. So there might be more intense back pain because of this, but as your fetus grows inside, then it would start growing or tilting towards the front again. also there could be a risk of a C-section, but a very small chance, because sometimes women with retroverted uteruses, during labor and delivery, the uterus can get stuck between the pelvic bones, I think, so it's harder for the baby to come out. And so the option is, of course, C-section. And what else did he tell me? Well, he actually ordered some tests at the same time, just to check my hormone levels, just to see if everything's balanced. As I mentioned earlier, I had a very long cycle from January, or I don't know if I ovulated at all. That's why I didn't get my period rather. But yeah, so he just wanted to make sure as well that my hormone levels are okay. And he told me that if I still don't get pregnant in around 4 to 6 months time, to make sure to call him. That way, like, we could basically like dig deeper and see, like, you know, what's wrong or what's going on. But other than that, I really had a pleasant experience with him. So I really like this doctor, and I really hope to have a good, hopefully a good pregnancy journey with him in it as well. So yeah, and I don't know, I just want to know if some women or some of you out there have been diagnosed with the same thing as me, and if you got pregnant naturally and what you did that's special, or if you didn't do anything special at all, and how you experienced your own pregnancy. So just let me know. And yeah, and I'm gonna give you an update again basically next week, because I think I'm gonna start testing, doing the PT next week. We'll see, and we're hopeful that this would be the cycle, but then again, if it's not, then you know, there's nothing we can do about it but to try again. And hopefully soon enough we're gonna get our BFP. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.